Hello all, something cool to show you guys. So I've got my Refugium up and running with the KESSIL a360we, which is like their the earlier iteration of the KESSIL 360X, which is what we have above our tank. We have the tuna blue above the tank, but of course in the Refugium we have the tuna sun. And as you can see, it looks like it's doing a pretty good job at growing our macroalgae, as well as growing Kato, like ridiculously, and all sorts of algae just on the glass here. Now, I had a really good wind today where, if you can see, this isn't a KESSIL cable, but it is an audio cable leading into the 0 to 10 volt jack on our KESSIL controller. The reason why it's a win is because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to run the tuna sun as well as 360Xs, which is the one there and one there, all off of the same controller and have different settings. I'm stoked to say I think I can, because this just came on by itself exactly at the time that I set it to. So I figured I'd take the chance to show you guys how I did it, so that way you might be able to work it out too. So just to reiterate, I've got two 360Xs coming in via USB-C, and they're daisy chained together, and then I've got the 360we plugged into the 0 to 10 volt port 2. Okay, so you can see here it says K-Link, we have one group, and 0 to 10 volt we have one lamp. So to set your tuna blue lights, so you can see mine, I've got the lunar cycle setting on, which means the lights are doing the lunar cycle right now. I've got my lamps, my tuna blue lamps programmed to the I just redid the tuna blue preset myself. Set my controller to control the 360Xs with that setting, and then on the main screen, because I couldn't get the lunar cycle to come up as well, so you go back to the main screen and you just scroll through the programs. You just have to make sure that it's set the lunar cycle. Now, the issue that I had is that the controller doesn't recognize the light that you have, whether it's a tuna blue or a tuna sun, when it's in port 2, and that's because it can also control other lights, other lighting brands like shit boxes or whatever. So when I tried to control this one, I made a setting for tuna sun, and it wasn't finding it at all. So then I realized very quickly that it was finding the program for tuna blue lights. So after some playing around and getting the right setting for our sump, so I could grow our macroalgae without growing all the extra stuff in all the chambers around it, because it was obviously too bright. I've landed on this setting, and we're lucky because that quick set tuna blue, which is a new setting that I just made, is the lowest spectrum and the lowest intensity it can go. So I'm going to give that a go for a week or a few days, and if there's if it drastically changes the health of the algae, then I'll change things. But the greatest thing though is that it's on its own timer via the controller, and the controller is doing technically 3 different programs, which is the blue lights, as well as the tuna sun refugium light, as well as finally at night time it switches from the coral growing setting that I've got, sorry, the daytime setting that I'm using, to moonlight lights. So that's pretty awesome too. So there you go. That's just like a real quick breeze over. So yeah, thank you.